Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole Huckabee, and welcome to Conversations with Nicole. In this episode, we pay tribute to the life and legacy of Keegan Johnson. Keegan was a South Carolina high school junior in 2020 who passed away from bacterial meningitis. Despite the profound loss, Keegan was an organ donor and ultimately saved 4 lives through the donation of 5 organs. My guest today is Keegan's mother, Allison Johnson Miller. She now advocates for organ donation to honor her son's memory. As April marks National Donate Life Month, this episode shines a spotlight on the importance of organ donation and the impact it can have on countless lives. I hope you enjoy my conversation with Allison Miller. Let's get started. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Conversations with Nicole. My guest today is Allison Johnson Miller. She is the mother of the late Keegan Johnson, who passed away in 2020 from bacterial meningitis, but not before he checked the box for organ donation. And that is what we are talking about today, as April is National Donate Life Month. Allison, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you for having me.
As I was doing my research for this interview and looking at Keegan and learning about him, I thought, what a vibrant, handsome, healthy young man. And for him to die of bacterial meningitis in 2020 as a South Carolina high school junior, I can't even imagine as a mother what you must have felt.
Keegan was a healthy 17-year-old, three-sport athlete. He loved life, he loved people, loved being the center of attention. He had the best smile, funny, mischievous, hard-headed boy. He is the oldest of our 3 boys, and he was a great big brother. He was a good boy that would literally give you the shirt off his back. And Keegan became sick the very end of January 2020, beginning of February. Keegan just presented his symptoms as he had a headache, he kind of hurt right here in his face, just your typical sinus cold symptoms. My dad took Keegan to his pediatrician's office, which, when children are sick and when we're sick, we don't always see our doctor. And that is what happened that day. And Keegan, we were told to let it run its course. It's viral. They sent him home. So the next day I was off of work. I took Keegan to a local urgent care here, and we were told the same thing. And I kind of argued with the doctor because I was like, I know my child. He doesn't complain. He isn't wanting to be on his phone, and that's not normal for a teen that age. So I was like, something is wrong. And they told me that I was overreacting. They sent us home. And the next morning at 6:45 a.m., on February 2nd, it was a Sunday, Keegan suffered a stroke right in front of me.
I cannot imagine. I'm sure you felt so defeated because you saw how sick he was and wanted to help him. So after he has the stroke, then what?
So he suffered the stroke. I called 911, and my middle son had woken up at that time, and he called his dad, who was actually already headed to work. And the ambulance got there. Very, very, very nice men. We got Keegan loaded up. They left for the hospital. I got the other 2 boys settled, and then I flew behind the ambulance to get there. My husband at the time, he worked just across the street, so he beat us there. And my dad came, and one of our closest friends, and they ran a series of tests in the emergency room. They did a bunch of blood work, scans, CTs, MRIs, and within a few hours, the pediatrician from PICU there came in, and also a neurologist who was so fabulous and so gracious to us. She rushed in and she looked at Joey and I and she said, "You need to say your I love yous, you need to say your goodbyes, and we need to go." And so we did just that. And with any loved one, you just want them to be better. So you rush.
Yeah.
And that was the last time that he was conscious enough that, you know, that we were able to actually talk to him, and he was able to say, "I love you" back.
And he passed how many days later?
So that was February 2nd. He passed away. He was declared legally brain dead on Wednesday, February 5th.
Mm. I'm just so sorry. That is heart-wrenching to hear as a parent. I can't even imagine what you and your family went through. And it probably still, every time you talk about it, feels so raw. And I know you miss him very much. Your son did a great thing, though, when he went to get his license.
I was there when I took him the day to get his license, and he asked what it was because, you know, when you fill the form out, it's a big box. And he looked at me and he said, "What do I do?" And I said, "This is what this is. It's up to you." And he said, "What the heck do I need them for when I'm gone?" So he
There's a
checked
lot
the
of truth
box.
to that.
He gave his donation, and 4 months to the day before he passed away, he made that selfless decision. And I'm just beyond proud of him.
Right. Life and legacy right there in that powerful moment. So if I'm correct with my studies, he donates 5 organs, saves 4 lives.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about that.
So he was able to donate the 5 major organs. He donated both kidneys, his pancreas, his liver, and his heart. He also donated his valves, his bones, and his tissue. So he was able to save hundreds of lives with the 3 of those. The 4 lives he saved, we tell one of them he got to buy one get one because he received a kidney, one of his kidneys, and a pancreas. And we have met 3 out of the 4 recipients. The heart recipient is the only one we have not met. We do know that he is doing very well, though, and we're very thankful. We started praying the minute that we knew we were not going to get our miracle on this side of heaven. We started praying for those people and their families and their doctors and medical team, and we were just so grateful that, you know, they still have their family and their loved one.
What a selfless act. And for you and your family to be lifting another family up in prayer and praying for them to survive. Keegan lives on in them, but that takes real courage, real strength to be able to put your feelings aside for someone else who's going to receive the gift of life through your precious son. I have great admiration for you. That's incredible because I'm sure there are times you're very angry and you may get bitter at sometimes, but you've really turned an horrible situation into one of love and giving and one of faith. And you are truly, you and your family are what we should all strive to be in those difficult times because we all know we are not promised tomorrow. We also know uh, we're not going to be here one day. And Keegan had it right. What do I need them for? I've been an organ donor for quite some time because I felt like Keegan. What do I need them for? I'm going to prayerfully a better place. Let someone else live on with something that I may have to offer. Um, you're a beautiful soul. I don't know how you have the strength to keep going, but I'm sure it is because of your faith and your family, and you do have other children who need you. So I'm just lifting you up for all the things that you're doing amazingly in this world today, given the circumstances.
Thank you. A lot of people have said that had to be such a hard thing, but we got to honor our son's last wish. A lot of people don't get to do that. We got to fulfill what he truly wanted to do, and that was huge for us. Our friend Kevin Harrison, he said it best. Keegan wanted to be a hero, and his in his eyes being a hero was the winning touchdown on the football field or the winning home run in a baseball game. But when he saved those other lives and when he had an honor walk fit for a hero, he truly was a hero, and he is our hero.
He is a hero. And for those watching and listening, you mentioned Kevin Harrison. Kevin is actually my cousin because we are all from Roebuck, South Carolina, where Dorman High School is located, where Kevin is on the board uh, of education there for Spartanburg School District 6, which is Dorman High School's area. And Kevin was actually, you said, Keegan's football coach when he was little, and we all love Dorman High School so much. So it's the Lord works in mysterious ways, bringing people together. And Kevin is right. Keegan is a hero, and in a different way that he never expected to be. I suspect, though, Keegan was really beloved, though, as you said, by all of his classmates and friends and people that knew him at Dorman High School and in the community. They probably already saw him as a hero on the football field or whatever, but now the hero is even broader and has greater meaning. Um, Talk a little bit more about how you are honoring his life and legacy through scholarship and nonprofit now.
So Keegan passed away February 5th of 2020, and March, I knew that my biggest fear is somebody forgetting him. Because our world stopped, everybody else's didn't, understandably. And I wanted something that fit him, fit his personality, and something that we could do to give back and to be like him. And so we started the Keegan Johnson Memorial Scholarship. We also call it Keegan's Way because, like my Uncle Tim said, most of the time it was Keegan's Way or no way or no way.
That's good.
So we call it Keegan's Way, and we have to date since he would have graduated May of 2021. We have been able to donate $24,000 in scholarships, and we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we have fundraisers, and we have a great time doing that. We get to meet a lot of people in the community, and we rely on those donations to give these scholarships, and we will give two again this May at Dorman High School. And I'm just so excited. We love seeing these young men at the college level playing sports. That's really our criteria, is just somebody that's a senior athlete that has plans to play sports in college. And it doesn't have to be sports that Keegan played. It can be any sport.
That's great. That's great. I love that. I'm sure that just lights up your life when you're able to see these other young adults getting this opportunity to continue their education through sports, knowing how much Keegan loved sports. What's the best way for people to learn about Keegan's Way, and maybe if they want to help you out in donation wise?
So we have a Facebook page, the Keegan Johnson Memorial Scholarship, or they can also email us at keegansway@outlook.com. KEEGANSWAY@outlook.com. We post our fundraisers, we share them on Facebook. Also on my Facebook page, Allison Johnson Miller, we share everything on there. And We do donations through Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and then check or cash. So we have been very blessed that so many of our friends and family and people we've never met and don't know continue to bless us and to support us with our scholarship. We have been so blessed. We have the best village. I tell everybody that in the state, in the world, there's no village like the D6 village that rallies around you. They don't forget you, and they make sure that you're very well taken care of.
That's wonderful to hear. That is very, very special. What is it that you would like people to know most of all about Keegan?
So I just want people to know that he loved people. He loved each and every one of you. He was very grateful for each day that he got. He did not take life for granted. He loved everybody. He was a friend to everybody. He did not, discriminate against anybody for anything. He seemed to walk in the room and find the person that needed somebody the most. And we have heard that from so many people. And we have been so blessed that, in his death, that we still get those messages. Hey, you don't know me, but I knew Keegan. And that is just a blessing still. And the people that gave their life to Christ when he passed away, can't ask for a better gift than somebody else going to heaven because they heard the gospel shared, at his service or through somebody that knew him.
That's powerful, Allison. And so, how are you and your family doing today? And what do you do to sustain yourself when things are tough and you get low and you miss him?
So, February 5th has been 4 years. Most days it seems like it's been forever.
Mm,
Um, Other days it feels like it just happened.
I'm sure.
And we, like I said, we're so blessed with family and friends. So blessed. We throw ourselves into as much as we can help with football season at Dorman. We have a 10th grader that plays football and looks just about identical to his big brother. And I know that Keegan would be so proud of both of his brothers, so proud of them. We do a lot as a family. We come up with different things that we can do, different ways that we can honor him. We do a lot of work with South Carolina Sharing Hope, who is a nonprofit, and also Donate Life South Carolina for organ donation. April is Donate Life Month, like you said. So we have a huge fundraiser at my job, the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office, on Friday, April the 12th, starting at 12 noon. It's a big family day, and they have jumped in and taken my ideas that I've been writing down for over a year to try to plan something and educate people. And just my biggest thing is I just want people to know that, we didn't have a clue about meningitis B. We didn't know. We were never offered a vaccine. Um, it really was a silent killer. We had no idea. And I mean, within 3 days, a healthy child, teenager, was gone. And I don't want anybody to live this nightmare like we do. And I just want people to be educated. I want people to learn those things. Ask your doctor. It is okay to ask questions. It
Absolutely.
is okay to ask another doctor if you don't feel like you're being heard. It is okay to talk to your nurse practitioners, your PAs, whoever. But just, you are your child's advocate. You are your loved one's advocate. Do not stop. If something doesn't sit right, trust your instincts.
Good information, good advice there. I just can't thank you enough for being my guest today and sharing Keegan's way, sharing it Keegan's way, and telling us all about the fine young man that he was and the difference that he's made in so many lives. As I'm sure he looks down upon you now and says, "Mom, thanks for being my advocate. Thanks for keeping my memory alive." because he did a great thing that day when he checked the box, and hopefully more people will, and hopefully more parents and caregivers will try to get educated on bacterial meningitis so that they can get the vaccine. So many lessons learned through his life and legacy. Thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you for having us. Go Cavs. It's always
That's
nice to talk to
right.
another Cavalier. So thank you.
Thank you. And that will do it for this edition of Conversations with Nicole. Until I see you again, I hope you have a great day.